Welcome into week 9 of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neal McCready, joined as always by Greg Jones of LB's Meat Market, their 2008 University Avenue in Oxford. We'll talk about LB's in a moment. Caroline McCready also joining us. If you should be following Caroline at this point, she's 22 games over 500. You should just be taking her picks and going with them. They even if they don't make logical sense, and you're like, I don't know why she's picking that, you should just pay attention. She also is at Legacy Studio of Performing Arts. They're in Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's her part-time job. She has a big girl job too, in professional marketing. So good to have both of you with us here. We're taping on a Tuesday this week. Couple of reasons. One, Caroline's got something tomorrow. I'm speeding up my whole week because I'm traveling to Oklahoma on Thursday. So we've got stuff going on. Greg, kind enough to facilitate our schedules this week. First of all, welcome to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Yeah, always great to be here.
All right, LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford, right across from Kroger. Let Kroger be your landmark. Head over across the street. Got Ole Miss on the road this week at Oklahoma. So this week, I think the weather's going to be pretty nice. And go outside and light up your grill, your smoker, whatever the case may be, your oven. Put some
fire pit.
Fire pit,
yeah. The real nice copper fire pit that just stands out in the yard, just hangs out, and put that to work this weekend.
What did we get, Judy and Granddaddy Caroline? We got them the Solo Stove.
Yeah.
Which is like a glorified fire pit, but you can put the grates on the Solo Stove and cook too.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty
What's
cool.
What's it called?
It's called a Solo Stove.
Solo Stove. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
It was so fun to set up. It was a full family activity.
Yeah, we did it like on Christmas Eve, didn't we? Everybody.
I think so, yeah. And like a lot of the family was there, so it was funny.
Yeah, it was fun. So anyway, it'd be a great weekend for that. And then starting next week, Ole Miss has 3 home games in 4 weeks. So you've got actually 3 in 3 weeks because there's an open date on the backside. You've got South Carolina coming to town, then the Citadel. Believe it or not, Greg, I hear the Citadel is bringing more people than any of the other SEC schools.
Wow.
Prepare yourself. Citadel and then Florida coming to town back to back weeks. So if you're thinking about coming in for 1 or 2 or 3 of those weeks and you're like, hey, I don't know that I'm going to fight the square the whole weekend. Maybe you've got an Airbnb. Maybe you're hanging out with friends. Maybe you live in or around Oxford. Go to LB's. You can send in your text. You can text or call in your order. You can text in your order, not have to talk to anybody. Put your order in. Tell them what you want, when you want to get it. And you get what? Is it 10% off?
10% off, yeah.
10% off your order. 662-259-2999. So all of that is there. We'll be taping next week. Caroline will be in town, so she and I'll both be in the studio here, so that'll be fun. What do you guys have planned for I know it's just Tuesday, Greg. It's probably hard to think about weekend on Tuesday, but what's everybody got planned for the weekend ahead?
Well, we just got a new POS system, so we are setting up loyalty customer cards. So like that way you can come in, swipe your card, and get loyalty points because everybody loves a good loyalty point. So figuring that out, and I almost was kind of thinking about doing the John Dessler library card. Just get your meat card and pay $20, and you get lane trains for $10, and we haven't figured out the point system yet, but it's basically you'll get basically $1 off every $10 that you spend. Or something like that. So getting that loyalty program put together, and trying to just got done with ribeye sausage, about to do spicy ribeye. So it's just with it being an away weekend, it's just hard to prepare for. You don't know how busy we're going to be. So just like I told you, if it's not broke, we're not going to fix it. So try not to break anything around here.
Caroline, you're headed to Texas this weekend, is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to Dallas on Thursday for just a friend's weekend because a lot of my friends moved to Dallas. And yeah, it'll be fun. And then I'm coming back on Sunday, and then I'm getting back on the road on Tuesday and going to Oxford.
Yeah, coming here for Vice President Vance and Erica Kirk.
Erica Kirk, I cannot wait. I'm kind of nervous now about it because I got a student ticket. So I hope I don't have to show proof of being a student because then I'm screwed. But I don't think that they're going to check. I'm sure that they'll just let everyone in.
Yeah, you'll probably be fine. You'll be fine. I don't have any access to it. I was hoping I would get access, and I have not. I'm not.
We
I'm
all
not,
got tickets, I
huh?
think. I think the tickets have been requested for y'all.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. Okay. Well, I'd love to see the vice president, who I think there's a decent chance is the next president. But
Yep.
yeah. All right. Let's dive into some football picks. Greg, you went 5-5. You had a solid week. Nothing wrong with 5-5. The problem you've got is that your competitor here is on just an absolute heater so far, and she went 7.
What'd you do last week?
7-3. Greg is 43-41. He's above 500, having a solid year, picking against the spread. But he's a full 10 games back of Caroline at this point, who is 53-31. Just on a heater, man. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether this is just luck, whether this is some form of skill, whether this is the football gods just making fun of those of us who watch a lot of football and think we know what we're looking at. I don't know what's going on here, but there's something happening, and
I think it is luck, to be honest, because I have no idea still what's going on. Nothing. I'm not doing anything differently than I have in the previous years. I think it's just luck.
Are you
I
watching?
mean, she is sticking to the dance team angle, so I mean, she has stuck to that.
There's something to be said
I
for
don't really
consistency.
watch the games. Like, I mean, I will say I watched the entire Arkansas game, and I had the Ole Miss game on my phone. I was proud of myself for that.
Well, that's a
But
lot
other
of
than that, those are the only 2 games that I kept up with. Everything else, I mean, Auburn, I was like, I saw that they were they were in second overtime or whatever, and then I saw that Vanderbilt won, but that was to the extent of it.
Yeah, I was just kind of laughing whenever it was like, oh, Georgia's probably going to win by 8 points. Like, that's probably about to happen. And of course, the spread's 7.5. And I'm like, it's probably going to be her only loss of the day. Like, probably. And it ended up being her only 3rd loss of the week.
Yeah. She had Ole Miss. Y'all both had Ole Miss, and I had Georgia minus the 7.5. And as they're driving down the field to kick the field goal, I thought, well, I'm covering this thing, and if Ole Miss is going to lose, let's go ahead and lose by more than 7.5. Let me get a game right here, And
well, I mean, there's something strange that goes on in Vegas for them to know that it's 7.5 and the game ends at 8. So
they're good. Vegas is good.
I mean,
they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. All right, we got 7 games this week. Caroline, you won last week. You get to pick first. Those are the rules. Let's see. I got to do these in order. I wrote them down in the wrong order, but I've got it fixed. All right, here we go. We start with the 11 a.m. game on ABC. It's the Ole Miss Rebels coming off their first loss of the season. They're now ranked 8th in the country. They head to 13th ranked Oklahoma. Again, 11 a.m. ABC. There is rain in the forecast. I'll tell both of you that. Ole Miss, Caroline, is a 4.5 point underdog. So Oklahoma's favored by 4.5.
I'll go with Ole Miss.
Okay. Just cause? I mean, who am I to question why you're doing anything? You're 22 games over 500. I'm just curious.
I don't know. I don't understand this one. Is Oklahoma that good?
They're 6-1. Ole Miss is 6-1. Oklahoma lost to Texas last week. They beat South Carolina, who's horrible. But you play the teams on your schedule, and they've beaten 6 of the 7 that are on their schedule, just as Ole Miss has. All right, Greg, she's going to take the Rebels and get the 4.5.
Yeah, I would. I got to take the Rebs here. I mean, hopefully there's a bounce back here. I'll get nervous about Florida firing their coach and everything like that. So you always hate the whispers in the winds, and especially in the middle of the season when you're 6-1. So just kind of awkward. I really wish they would ban, like, you can't talk to a coach until the end of this. Because there's I don't know. I just think it's such a huge impact to the squad and to the team, and I mean, obviously to the town. I mean, if we lose Lane Kiffin, it'd be a huge financial impact to the town. That's just my opinion on it. I would think so.
I just talked to a Florida media member for a good half hour before we got started on the show, and I don't know. I almost get mad at myself, and at the same time I don't. And people get mad when you don't have one opinion and you just stick to that opinion, right? They get furious at you. It's one of the weirdest. I refer to it, Caroline, as Meatloaf Monday people. Like I've learned in this business, and I guess you'll learn in the real world. This isn't exact. I mean, I don't mean this precisely like this. I'm using it as an analogy. There are people who every Monday have meatloaf, and they have it at 6 o'clock, not 5:57 and not 6:04. 6 o'clock. They have meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans. They clean the kitchen and they watch Wheel of Fortune at 6:30. Not a basketball game, not the news. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, that's what they do. Those people and they don't change. And I'm not, as you know, I'm not one of those people. And so my opinion on Monday might not be the same opinion I have on Tuesday. And it might not be the same opinion. And, you know, like I said, what is true as pertains to Lane Kiffin on October the 21st might not be true on November the 26th. He could have a change of heart one way or the other. Another job could come open. Something could happen in his life. There are things that are unpredictable, right? I mean, you know, I was driving to Atlanta on Friday and came this far from a really serious accident. I mean, my life could have completely changed in a split, you know? So it's the people that are like, I must know today what's going to happen. Well, I don't know that anyone knows, including Lane Kiffin, what's going to happen today. If Ole Miss makes the playoff, he's going to be coaching into the playoffs potentially into January. He's not leaving. He's not going to coach Ole Miss to the playoffs and then leave to go somewhere else. I mean, that's not happening. So there's just so much there that's weird. It's a weird story on October the 21st.
Yeah, and we also live in a world where, you know, somebody like Franklin gets fired and was in the national championship game last year and, you know, had a solid 10-win season, and all of a sudden he's just gone. Like, you know, it's just like we were expecting we were preseason number one. We lose these two games, and that's not acceptable. And it's just it's a real cutthroat world we live in, I guess.
Yeah, I walked right past the game day set in Athens on Saturday, and there's James Franklin sitting there, and I was like, this is bizarre. You know, I mean, just a few days ago, he was the head coach at Penn State, and now he's canned, and he's sitting on the steps, you know, in Athens, collecting his $50-something million. I mean, it's just bizarro world. All right, we go from the Ole Miss Oklahoma game to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Greg, it's the Arkansas Razorbacks, who can't stop anybody but score tons of points at home this week against the Auburn Tigers. It's 11:45 SEC Network. My buddy Taylor Zarzer and company will be on the call. Auburn, Greg, is a 1.5-point favorite.
I don't think I've gotten Arkansas right yet this year, so I'm going to take Arkansas.
All right, Caroline, he's going to take the Razorbacks, lay 1.5. I mean, get 1.5. What do you think?
I'm going to take Arkansas, too. I just don't like Auburn. And we've been doing pretty good the past couple of games.
You're scoring.
Yeah.
I mean,
like we're like keeping up.
Yeah, you just can't stop anybody. Like, if you could just get a stop somewhere, you'd win the game. Ole Miss fans can relate after Saturday. If you could just get a stop, I mean, 42 points to score against Texas A&M is impressive, but you just couldn't get them off the field. It was crazy.
Yeah.
They'd get up 10 and you'd cut it to 3. Then they'd go back up 10. You'd cut it to 3. And if you could just get a stop, you might go win the game. But that stop didn't happen.
It was so interesting, all the A&M people being here. This is our first game we've had, like, here. We always go to Dallas. They were all very
That's a long trip, probably.
I was talking about it. It's like 8 or 9 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they all have private jets. So
some of them in line on Friday night to get into Yeehog. It's like a bar that has like a hog that you can ride and whatever. But they were like, shockingly, y'all have been so nice. And I was like, well, I mean, that's good. I was like, I think we are nice. And then I thought they were nice. And then Saturday comes along and I was so annoyed. They were so obnoxious watching the game. So obnoxious.
Because
So
you
the
watch
Tin
the game.
Roof held
The most
strong.
obnoxious fans I have ever dealt with, and this
Really?
this weekend reminded me of that. Like every year in Dallas, I always am enraged at the Texas A&M fans, and I kind of forgot how I felt about them. And then this weekend, Friday was like I guess encountered a good group of people. But then Saturday I was like, okay, I'm reminded why the Dallas game always infuriated me every year.
I get it.
So the Tin Roof held up. The no tornadoes or anything.
No tornadoes. It only stormed like early on Saturday morning.
Oh, well, that worked out perfect.
Yeah, because they moved the game back several hours, right?
Yeah, which was actually very nice. But Tin Roof was crazy because they have an outdoor area, but that was closed because of the rain.
Oh.
And so I did not go to. I went to Tin Roof for maybe 20 minutes and then I left. It was too much.
Gotcha.
Is Tin Roof kind of like just like a Funky's open style parking lot bar area kind of style?
It's like a chain. They have one in. I think they might have one
in Lexington. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, and so it's like there's a lot of different like areas and different bars and different like levels. Outdoor, like
kind of like the library.
Yeah, there's like an outdoor thing with the stage, and then there's an upstairs that they always have a DJ, and there's downstairs that they have a live band. Like they have a lot of different like areas you can go to.
Yeah, I went to the one in Lexington. I wanted to do the Homer Simpson and disappear in the bushes. It was a little too young for me. I mean, seriously, I was just like, "Oh my god, I've got to get out of here."
Yeah,
like,
when I go to the one in Fayetteville,
into this place, like
when I go to the one in Fayetteville, it's usually because it's like the last stop, and I've had enough that I'm not as worried about the fact that I'm the old man in the building. But yeah, it's a young crowd.
Oh man, like I said, I was really trying to disappear in the bushes and just be like, "All right, y'all, let me know whenever y'all ready to leave."
That's funny.
All right, here we go. We got a couple of 2:30 games. 15th ranked Missouri, one loss team. They head to Nashville, Tennessee to play the 10th ranked Vanderbilt Commodores. This game's at 2:30 on ESPN. Vanderbilt, Caroline, is a 3-point favorite at home over Mizzou.
I'm going to go with Vanderbilt. They're doing a great job.
They really are. Their coach is such a good-looking guy, Clark Lee. Great-looking guy. Greg, she's going to take the doors, lay the 3 points.
Yeah, I'll take Vanderbilt too. I mean, stadium extension, probably pumping some money into the program. It's a good time to be a Vandy fan, it seems like.
All right. You guys so far marching in lockstep. And I already disagree with you twice. So interesting. All right. We got Alabama, the 4th ranked Crimson Tide right now, maybe the hottest team in the country, heading to South Carolina. This game's 2:30 on ABC. Greg, Alabama's a 13.5-point favorite in Columbia.
I'll take Alabama. They're just too good, I think, right now. And I think you did mention something about South Carolina being really, really bad. So I'm going to go with your advice.
Yeah, they're really struggling. A lot of rumors about Shane Beamer leaving for Virginia Tech, where his dad coached, and things of that nature. Interesting stuff going on there. All right, Caroline, Greg's taking the Tide, laying the 13.5.
I'll agree with Greg. I'll take Alabama too.
Okay. All right, we go to the 3:15 game here in the lovely Magnolia State. It's the 22nd ranked Texas Longhorns, Caroline. They're a 7-point favorite at Mississippi State. This game's at 3:15 on the SEC network. Again, Texas a 7-point favorite in Starkville.
I'll go with Texas.
Wow. Okay. All right, Greg, a lot of people think this is Mississippi State's spot on the schedule to pull off the upset. You buy it?
I love Mississippi State. I'm all about it. Give me Mississippi State. And the points at home. I'll even do the dog pound rock and bring it back if y'all need it.
Oh, wow. I'm torn on this one. I haven't decided what I think. I'm kind of all over the place. Texas.
I mean, like my Kentucky friends last were like chirping about how Cutter is better than Arch. If like Cutter was playing on Texas, I mean, I'm like, come on, guys. Like he was 31 for 36 with no touchdowns. Like I could have probably done that.
Arch has been bad.
I mean, It is. It's tough. I mean, it's hard to be put on the pedestal before you even touch the field.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation to be in.
All right, Greg, we go to Baton Rouge. It's LSU. Did I catch everybody? Let's see. I've got that one. Yep. It's LSU at home, needing a win badly. A lot of heat starting to pick up on Brian Kelly. They play. They're 20th ranked in the country. They play the third ranked, aforementioned Texas A&M Aggies. 6:30 on ABC in Tiger Stadium. The Aggies, Greg, a 2.5-point road favorite.
If there was an alternate line on this, and I think there is, I would take A&M minus 14.5. I think this is the nail in the coffin for Brian Kelly right here.
Wow.
Done. It was a bad hire. You got to cut ties. You got to pay him, man. You got to move on. It is time to. And I think my buddy Reagan is going to be in Baton Rouge, and he's going to be the most annoying Texas A&M fan in Baton Rouge. I promise you that.
The buyout on Brian Kelly is like $56 million.
Well, they've got a children's hospital to help that out, probably.
Yeah. Caroline, maybe what you need to do is find a guy who's going to one day be a football coach, a college football coach. Find one that's good enough to get the big-time job and not good enough to win at the big-time job. And y'all get your $50 million and go chill.
Yeah, that's an awesome plan.
All right, Caroline, he's taking A&M, laying the 2.5 in Baton Rouge. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I hate Texas A&M. I just shared how I feel, but I'll take A&M because
you got to bet with your head, not your heart. I mean, that's why you win.
Yeah.
There's I'm with you both on this, except I've got this nagging gut feeling that this is a game LSU steals. That this is upset time. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to make it go away before I do my picks for Rebels 24/7, but I'm kind of all over the place on this one. All right, last game. Go to Lexington, Kentucky, 6:45 on the SEC network. The Wildcats, coming off that painful overtime loss to Texas, Caroline, are 9.5-point underdogs against 17th ranked Tennessee, coming off the loss to Alabama. So Tennessee minus 9.5.
I'll go with Tennessee.
Okay. Greg, she's going to take the Vols and lay 9.5 in Lexington.
Unfortunately, I did watch that Kentucky and Texas game, and, I just don't understand sometimes what Mark Stoops does. I mean, it's almost like he does it on purpose, or he almost like turns around and says, "Hey guys, watch this. I'm going to go up the middle 3 times in the heart of best. That's Texas' best front is right up the middle, and literally like go backwards 3 times in a row, and then let's go for it on 4th and 1 instead of your defense." I think Mark Stoops does it on purpose. Like, I really feel like he does it on purpose. So with that being said, I think Tennessee is a lot better offense than Texas, and I think they win at least by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
All right.
But that buyout's even worse too.
All right, you guys in lockstep today, except for one game. So the game that will decide whether Caroline adds a game or Greg cuts a game is Texas at Mississippi State. That's the big one. Caroline's taking the Horns, laying the 7. Greg's taking the Bulldogs and the 7. Otherwise, you both have Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Alabama, Texas A&M, and Tennessee. So not a lot of variation from the two of you. So if people want, they're both above 5. Collectively, they're, 24 games over 500. So y'all ought to jump on those games, maybe make some free money that you can then go
Christmas
buy
is
some
coming
steaks.
up, store it away. Got to start setting money over to the side.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Speaking of Christmas, can people buy gift cards at LB's?
Yeah, we just set up that with the POS system. So, like, we got a new gift card and everything. So, like, we've had a lot of gift cards sell. So, yeah, gift cards always a great idea for anybody, because college students, family, there's multiple people that you can do gift cards for.
All right, don't forget LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford. They got the freshest cuts of beef, pork, chicken, house-made sausages, the stuffed jalapenos, stuffed mushrooms, bacon-wrapped asparagus, bacon-wrapped green beans, seafood, and more. It's all there.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think I'm gonna come up with a $100 box where it's just a box of, some ground beef, lane trains, some sausage, some other stuff, and it's just gonna be a $100 box. So we're gonna try to start promoting the $100 box.
Oh, cool. That'll be awesome. All right, Greg, have a great weekend in Oxford. Caroline, be safe getting to Dallas. Hope you have fun with your friends. And we'll be back next week with another edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor presented by LB's Meat Market. For Greg Jones, for Caroline McCready, I'm Neal McCready. Have a great weekend, great rest of your week. Take care.